Welcome to this video about Level 2. I'm Jacob Paul with Inside Out Online. What does it mean to be a Level 2 player? If Level 1 was about simply becoming aware of yourself and your instrument, Level 2 is about gaining traction. This is where you begin to connect the dots, feel the rhythm, and realize you can actually contribute to the magic of music. It's exciting, but it's also where most people get stuck. And that's exactly why this level matters so much. Most musicians, just in the world, are Level 2 musicians. Level 2 is where the real shift begins. You're no longer just plinking around. You're building momentum and learning how to fit into the rhythm train. You're discovering that music isn't magic. It's mechanical, mathematical, and emotional. It's structure, patterns, repetition, and once you start to see it, you can start to shape it. It's not super expressive in Level 2. It's a lot about learning the fundamentals. This level is filled with players who appear to be more advanced than they are. They might dabble in Level 3 techniques, but the core foundations often remain unsteady. The key here is not to just play music, but to understand it. You're learning the rules of the road, what it means to be in the key of something, for example, in the key of G, the key of A, recognizing chord groups that sound good together. Where Level 1 was functioning in just basic quarter notes and awareness, Level 2 player can think and contribute in eighth notes, or basically doubling that rhythm. Your brain is working faster, and you're making real-time decisions in the music. Many students struggle with contributing rhythm in a meaningful and interesting way. Often I say simply, if you can just think rhythmically in a double way, everything can get much more interesting and complex. It starts with thinking more complex before you can contribute more complex. In Level 2, it's important to start playing with others. Not just focusing inward, but outward too. You begin using your ears beyond your own playing to listening, adapt, and react in group settings. That's the two-dimensional awareness taking hold. Think of it like this. Your dot from Level 1, the dot that was on the canvas, it's now moving. You're making connections between chords, between people, between ideas. The dots are your concepts, or like chords, and the lines between them are the hours of experience you're stacking up, connecting the dots over and over and over again. You zoom in on the 5 main keys. You learn the key of A, C, D, E, and G, because these open so many musical doors. If you can understand 5 keys, you can more easily adapt to other keys. You're learning not just what to play, but why it works and where it fits in the bigger puzzle. You're also working towards what we might call dual function ability, singing and playing, writing and performing, listening to others while contributing yourself. You're doing 2 things at once. You're becoming a 2-dimensional player on many aspects. And you're building muscle memory. You're learning to trust your hands and your ears to do what your brain no longer has to consciously manage. This frees up bandwidth to focus on tone, timing, and feel. You start learning 2 ways of doing most any task, like 2 voicings on any given chord, like 2 ways to play a C chord. Maybe learning to play songs by ear and from chord charts or reading music. These are no longer just tasks, they're tools. You're building your tool set, and all of it builds towards rhythmic confidence. You're joining the rhythm train instead of watching it pass by. You're no longer just responding to music, you're driving it. There's 3 core goals for Level 2. Expand your chord vocabulary and know how those chords work inside a key. So you're learning a lot of open type chords, open position chords. You're looking for smooth transitions between chords, between sections, between musical thoughts, like going from a verse to a chorus without any complication. You're learning how to be on the rhythm train. In time, in pocket, with others. Experientially, being a Level 2 player is like someone that's the age of 12 to 20. It represents the way their brains work cognitively. They're preparing to be a functioning adult, or in this case, musician. They're gaining controlled experience in the world of music. They're making mistakes. They're learning how to bounce back. They're finding their interests, learning to make and accomplish goals. They're learning the basic building blocks through time and experience of what it means to do this thing called music. Level 2 can last between 2 to 8 years or more. Most musicians in the world, including everyone playing, again, are in level 2. It's confusing because sometimes you don't know where to go. You hit dead ends, you run into walls, you're not sure how to break out of them. This is very normal. So you'll have 500 to 1500 hours put into level 2. Level 2 is where you build your foundation. It's mental, it's muscle, it's messy. It should also be play. But it's the heart of the development. You'll think hard, you'll push through, but eventually the puzzle pieces will start to connect. And when they do, everything changes. I'm Jacob Paul with Inside Out Online. You've just scratched the surface of level 2, but already you're seeing how deep this can go. When you put in the time here, you really dig into the fundamentals, you build the momentum to fly. In level 3, we'll talk about expanding out from home. Expression, collaboration, finding your own voice, and developing your own sound. But none of that matters without this foundation. So let's keep going.